Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a new episode of the Peak Signing Agent podcast and YouTube channel, where I'm helping you become the best notary and signing agent that you can possibly be. And who am I? I'm DVO, Derek Van Otten. I'm the owner of a nationwide signing service, which is called Peak Signing. If you want to follow me on social media, if you want to follow me personally on social media, I'm at D Van Otten. And each week, I'm trying to come to you to bring you the best tips that I can think of as a signing service owner. If you find value in these, if you don't mind going to any podcast platform and YouTube and subscribing, following, whatever they allow you to do, I greatly appreciate it. And of course, if you can share it with anyone else that you think can also get great benefit from this, I also would appreciate that. So thanks for tuning in another episode. And on this episode, I want to talk about my experience going full-time as a notary signing agent. And if I were you and you were trying to become a full-time signing agent, you wanted to quit your job or whatever, you're ready to maybe retire from what you're currently doing but still be active and working, this is my tips to you on how you can become a full-time notary signing agent. Well, let's get into it, shall we? What would I do? Now, there's two things I want you to think about. One is working with signing services, and two is marketing direct. A couple ways you can go full-time. I think if you want to be full-time working with signing services, there's nothing wrong with that. You can make a full-time career working with signing services. Now, something I want you to keep in mind, though, is that it does take a while to get paid. So if you are working with signing services, just know you're looking about from the time you do the job on January 1st, around February 1st, you'll be getting paid for that job. Now, in the beginning, that might seem like it's going to take a while, but when you've been doing it for a few months, then it all catches up and then you're fine. That's just the rhythm you're on. So that's something to keep in mind. I would have some money put away before I quit my job and I was going to go full time. I'd have a little bit of money set aside. Now, I'm going to assume in this that you've got everything already in place. You've got your bond, you have your E&O insurance, you have your printer and scanner, you have a good quality computer. You have taken a type of training course like the loan signing system or National Notary Association. In my opinion, you should do both. But I think the training and then the plugging in are crucial. That's why I like the loan signing system. You can plug in every week, every month, every day, and you're getting value. There's continuous training and mentorship all the time. So I think you should be plugging in. So I'm assuming you have done all of that. Okay? Now, you're working with signing services. Go, especially if you're connected with the loan signing system, there is a list of over 300 signing services that you can go grab and then start introducing yourself to them. Start introducing yourself to all of these signing services. Take all the jobs. If you're going to be full-time, take all the jobs that you can. Take them all, because you'll need the money in the beginning. You got to make sure that you're going to stay in business. So take everything that you can that's coming your way. I assume they're going to be reasonable, but don't be expecting, especially if you're just transitioning going to full time, don't be expecting to get these big job offers all the time. They're going to come in, but don't expect them all the time. So take what you can, build your reputation up. Take the jobs that you can. That's going to help you to keep bringing the money in. I remember when I quit my job, I quit after maybe 3 or 4 months because I kept seeing jobs coming in. Hey, $90 for a refinance with Scambacks. Yep, I'll take it. I was taking those all, but when I was at my job, I was declining them because I was at my job. I'm like, gosh, man, I wonder if I quit my job, if I would I wonder if I quit, could I be able to get those jobs? And I think 3 or 4 months is all it took when I kept noticing. I kept mentally tracking those. Mentally, I was tracking all the orders coming in. Like, that's another $90. That's another $85. That's another $100. I was like, wow, if I'm doing the math, I would do the math. If I make $25 an hour at my job and I'm here 8 hours, that's $200 minus, the taxes they're going to take out. Because when you're self-employed, you're basically 1099 with all these signing services, so you're going to get the whole fee. So, but you have to put money aside for taxes. But you can write a lot off of taxes as well. And I just started doing the math. I said, if I could do 2 or 3 signings a day, I said if I can do like 2 at $90 or 3 at $90, that's $270. Put some money aside for reinvesting into my business and put some money aside to hold for taxes. I'm kind of right where I'm at. So if I can just do 3 a day, I'm good. That was me making $25 an hour. So I said, okay, I'd be pretty solid if I did even 2 a day. That's $180. If I was getting it at $90, that's what a lot was coming in at the time. And so I said, if I can do 2 at $90, that's $180, and I just put a little bit of money to the aside for taxes. Yeah, I'm right where I need to be. This will work out great. And if I do 3, that'll be even better. And so I just did the math. I just reverse engineered it. If I make this much a day at my job, how much do I need to make from signings? How many signings do I need to take a day? And I just reverse engineered that math. And it's okay. I started tracking everything that I was denying. So, I get an offer. Are you available at 11 a.m. tomorrow? No, I'm at my job, but I'm available at 5 p.m. because that's when I got off work. And of course, I didn't get the job. But at least I was countering every time. And I just started mentally tracking this. Okay, I kept saying no to 4 orders today. And if I would have got 2 of those 4, I would have been good. So I just kind of had some money set aside and I quit my job. And I just started doing loan signing. I just started accepting everything that I could. I knew I wasn't going to get everything. That's the thing too. Realize, because you're like, oh, you're taking $85 jobs and blah, blah, blah. Listen, I wasn't sure I was going to there was no guarantee I was going to get that. I was still hitting yes to those. Then I would try to call them. Even as soon as I say yes, I would try to call them. Say, hey, I just saw this order come through. I'm available if you need me. I wanted all the jobs. And remember, all I said is I wanted like 2 a day. Like if I could just do like 2 a day, I'd be good. I could be a full-time signing agent. 2 or 3 a day. So that means some days I might do 1, some days I might do 3, some days I might do 4, some days I might do 2. I just had to balance out 2 to 3 a day. So I woke up every day early, even if I didn't have any signings. I still woke up early and got dressed. I was ready to go. If anything came last minute, I was going to hit yes. Are you available ASAP? Yes, I am. I'll hit yes on my notification. Yes, I'm available ASAP. I am ready to print and go. So that's how I started off. In my first year, I made 6 figures. I made over 100,000 my first year, taking jobs between $75 to $115 an order. I was full time, and my goal was 2 to 3 a day, and I was doing like 4 a day, 3 or 4 a day. So, it worked out a little better than I thought, because when you realize when you're full time, you have all this time, you're like, oh, I can do way more than 2 or 3 a day. I can do 3 or 4 a day. And then I started marketing direct. That started equaling 5, 6, 7 a day. Working direct. And that's great too. If you want to go market direct, then you can go market direct, because now you have more time. And maybe you don't want a huge book of business. Maybe you just want a few that are nearby you. Maybe you just want to go market to a few that are nearby, so you can go pick up and drop off documents that are nearby. That's fine too. You can just go and market to some companies. And when I quit working with signing services, I had oh gosh, 10, maybe 10 clients that were direct. And then I stopped working with signing services and I was working just with directs. And then I was getting, 125 to 150 an order. And then at that point I could say, oh gosh, if I could just do 1 to 2 a day, then I'm replacing my income from my job when I was working direct. The problem with working direct, and I've done a whole series on the pros and cons. You can go back to those episodes. I did a whole series on the pros and cons of working only with signing services, working just direct with direct clients and title and mortgage companies, and starting a signing service. I've done a pros and cons video on all 3 of those topics. Each video or podcast episode each topic has its own episode dedicated to all my pros and cons. I still believe it's true today. And I did that maybe a couple years ago. So go watch or listen to that series. But going direct is great. You're going to get more money. You might not have to do as much printing because especially if they're nearby, you can go pick them up. But just know it's kind of hard to say no when you're their preferred no. It's hard to say no. You feel inclined to always say yes. Or maybe that's just me. I have a hard time saying no. And it's just hard for me. I want to say yes. I want to do the best service for all my clients. The problem is when 3 of them say, hey, are you available at 12 o'clock tomorrow? I can only do 1 of those 3, right? That's it. And that's how I transitioned into running a signing service. But because you might be thinking, oh my goodness, I just became their number 1 notary. I don't want to say no because then they're going to hire the next notary. That's fine. You're going to stay their number 1. They know you can't do every single job for them. They understand that. Okay, they understand that. It's okay. Just do the best you can. But just know it is hard to say no when they ask you, especially if you have an event coming up and you wanted to go do something fun and you at the last minute you were just asked to do a job and you're like, I guess I can. And that happens. But that is how you can go direct. That is how I went direct. I'm going to repeat myself and just kind of highlight some things. Just know, if you're working with signing services, it's going to take some time to get paid. The job you do today, you will not get paid for 30 days, most likely. So have a little bit of a slush fund put aside to make sure you're paying your bills. Just kind of say, hey, what's the minimum I need to survive here? What's my utilities? What's my food? What's my clothing budget? Have a little bit of a budget put aside. My car payments. I mean, I think it's ideal not to have a car payment. I've never had a car payment since I was in my teens. I paid all my cars. I never bought really used brand new cars. I try to buy things that are used and pay cash for them. So I didn't have to worry about car payments. But I'm gonna make sure my mortgage was taken care of. We kind of budgeted. My wife and I said, okay, how much money do we need for food for the next month or 2? So we kind of budgeted having groceries put aside, the mortgage put aside. If you have a car payment, your car payment put aside. And again, it was easier for us because we don't really have debt besides our mortgage. We don't actually have any debts. So paying off debts will be a huge help if you're trying to go full time. If you have some debts, pay those off. Have a couple months put aside for your bills. And make sure you've got the requests coming in. Make sure notifications are coming in. If you're not getting any notifications, it's going to be hard. You need to work on getting the notifications. So work on introducing yourself to signing services. Signing up on multiple platforms. Plugging into a system that continuously will educate you, like the loan signing system. If you're not plugged in, I have an affiliate link in this description. Go to it. Plug in. There's weekly mentorships, monthly mentorships, trainings all the time, a back catalog that you could re-watch over and over to perfect your craft as a notary signing agent. Hit yes on every notification that comes through for a job, and then call all of those and say, I just hit yes, I'm available, can I help you? I'd be happy to help. hit yes and call to get those jobs. Then start thinking about marketing direct, especially maybe locally. Marketing direct. Again, if you're in the loan signing system, I have a training in there on how I market direct, and I will put a link as well in here to that if you're already a student. And if you're not, go to my affiliate link, become a student, and then click on that link to go to my training. I want you to win. You know why? Because you deserve it. Not just you deserve it. Your family deserves it. Your family needs you to be a peak signing agent so you can provide for them full time, so you can do great work, providing great service to the title and mortgage companies that hire you. You show the real estate world how important we notaries are because you do great work, and you keep us all in business, and you provide and live a great life. I want you to live a great life. I'll talk to you next episode. Bye.